Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2005 format, but today with a special twist. As requested by YouTube user Good Corn, we're going to be having a 2-on-2 double battle, which essentially means that both players are going to be having two active Pokemon instead of one. On one side, we got the Medicham EX deck, as used by Curran, the Junior Division World Champion of 2005, going up against the Zapdos Rayquaza Electrode deck, also known as ZRE, as used by Knaack, a top 4 competitor in the Senior Division, so we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account, at Holland_Phantom, so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle! And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Medicham side, we've got both Jirachi and Meditite as the active Pokemon, and on the Zapdos side, we've got just a Magmar as the active Pokemon. The Zapdos side is going first, attaching a Fire Energy to the active Magmar, and then using Master Ball to look at the top 7 cards of the deck, and then choosing one Pokemon to add to their hand. Okay, it looks like the chosen Pokemon is going to be another Magmar coming into the player's hand. The rest of the cards are going to be shuffled back into the deck. This Master Ball has the same effect as current standard format Great Ball for any of those current format players. Okay, the new Magmar comes into the active spot, and the first one attacks is Dump and Draw, discarding 2 energy from the hand to draw 4 cards from the deck. And now turn passes over to the Medicham side first turn. Let's see what they can do. A Fighting type energy comes down to the active Meditite. And there's a Wishing Star coming through from the Jirachi, putting both Pokemon to sleep, and now the player can look at the top 5 cards of their deck and choose any one card to keep in their hand. Okay, that's going to be the chosen card, the rest are going to be shuffled back into the deck. It's a really powerful ability, and they don't have to reveal what it is to their opponent. Okay, let's see if the player has any supporters to use. No, it's going to be a turn passes. Now let's see if both Pokemon can wake up. Here's a coin flip for Jirachi, and it's going to be heads. Jirachi wakes up, and now another coin flip for Meditite. Oh, and it's going to be tails for that one. So just one Pokemon waking up. Okay, back over to the Zapdos side. There we see another Master Ball, once again looking at the top 7 cards for any Pokemon. Let's see if they find any this time. And it's going to be Rayquaza EX, one of the main attackers of this deck with its powerful Spiral Blast. Although it does need both Fire and Lightning to attack. Okay, Rayquaza comes into the player's hand. A Voltorb comes down to the bench. And there's the attack, another Dump and Draw, this time just discarding 1 energy to draw 2 cards. Turn passes over to the Medicham side. Here's a coin flip to check for sleep. And it's going to be another Tails. Meditite still remains asleep. There's another Wishing Star coming through from the Jirachi. Once again, look at the top 5 cards of the deck. Jirachi goes to sleep. And another card is added to the player's hand. If the player has the Medicham, they can wake up this Meditite and start attacking. Let's see what they can do. A Metal type energy comes down to the Meditite. And there's the supporter while he's training, searching the deck for any evolution card to evolve one of their Pokemon. So we should be seeing the first Medicham coming down. There it is. And it's powered up to use its first attack. Pure power so far. To spread 3 damage counters anywhere they want on the opponent's side. Oh, but first there we see the next trainer card, Swoop Teleporter, swapping out any basic Pokemon from the field for any basic Pokemon from the deck. So the Jirachi is going to be replaced with another Meditite. Meditite remains asleep as it keeps all the status conditions of Jirachi. Oh, but now it wakes... Sorry, not it wakes up. It does wake up, but it also evolves into a second Medicham, and there's the pure power, spreading 10 damage to every Pokemon on the Zapdos side. So both Magmar are within KO range of Medicham's second attack. Oh, and the Voltorb is going to be evolving into Electrode EX. It's going to be the main energy accelerator of this deck, and then we see a Lightning Energy coming down to the second Magmar, followed by the Stadium Battle Frontier. And there's a supporter for the turn, Copycat, shuffling away the player's hand to draw 1 card for every card in the opponent's hand. Let's see how many cards they have. Looks like it was just 4. Okay, not great, but maybe they can get some more Pokemon. Okay, they might. There we see another Master Ball coming down, looking at the top 7 cards of the deck. Did they get any Pokemon to use? Oh, they didn't! It was a failed search. All the cards are going to be shuffled back into the deck. Oh, and the turn also passes. They didn't have any energy cards to discard with the dump and draw. That was a really bad turn for the Zapdos side. Okay, on the Medicham side, there we see Steven's advice to draw 3 cards, 1 for every Pokemon in play for the opponent's side. Another Metal Energy comes down to the first Medicham, so it's fully powered up. And there's the attack, Sky Kick, to take the KO against one of the Magmar. And taking the first KO of the game, Medicham is in the lead. The Electrode EX comes into the active spot, but it can't remain up there for very long. It is weak against his Medicham. Okay, there we see a TV reporter coming through, drawing 3 cards from the deck and then discarding 1 card from the hand. The player discards another Electrode. And then the player benches a Rayquaza. This is a really powerful and rare Rayquaza Gold Star. Oh, and there we see the extra energy bomb coming through from the Electrode, blowing itself up to knock itself out, giving up 2 prizes, but then the player can search their discard pile for up to 5 energy cards to put into play. There we see 3 lightning energies and a fire energy all coming down onto which Pokemon? Onto the Magmar. So Magmar is more than powered up to use its Flame Tail attack, although I'm pretty sure they're going to be getting moved around. Yeah, there we see Rayquaza coming down, activating its ability. Dragon Boost, moving 4 energy onto itself off of Magmar, and then Magmar uses that final energy to pay the retreat cost, and there we go. Rayquaza EX comes into the active spot. 2 Rayquaza in play now. The Spiral Blast hits for 20 damage times the number of basic energy cards on Rayquaza, and it hits the powered up Medicham for 80 damage. Huge attack. Okay, now turn passes back over to the Medicham side. They have taken 3 prizes so far because the Electrode KO'd itself. And then the player benches a Wobbuffet. It has the Pokebody Safeguard, so it cannot be hit by the opponent's EX Pokemon. There we see an energy removal too, flipping a coin, but it is tail, so it does nothing. Okay, there's the second one. And another tail, so both did nothing. Otherwise, it could have discarded some energy cards off this Rayquaza. There's the attack, Sky Kick, hitting for 70 damage. So Rayquaza is within KO range on the following turn. But there we see Zapdos EX coming down. It's going to be the other main attacker of the deck. Activating its ability, Legendary Ascent. Jumping into the active spot and moving all the lightning energy from Rayquaza onto itself, so it's powered up and ready to go. And next we see Super Scoop Up flipping a coin. Let's see if it works. And yes, it's going to be a heads to pick up the damaged Rayquaza back into the player's hand to take off that damage off the board. A fire energy comes down to the benched Magmar. This Magmar is the only Pokemon that can hit the Wobbuffet. Well, I guess the Rayquaza Gold Star can also hit it, but it is pretty risky. There's a Copycat once again shuffling away the player's hand to draw some cards out of the deck. And this time they draw 6, not bad. Did they get any more Pokemon to play? No, there's the attack. Electron Crush hitting for 50 damage to take the KO against Medicham and take the first 2 prizes. Although there's still 1 prize behind. Okay, the Wobbuffet comes into the active spot now. And then it gets Fighting type energy. And that's going to be it. No attack coming through. The player passes their turn back over to the Zapdos side. A second Fire energy comes down to the benched Magmar. Followed by TV Reporter, once again drawing 3 cards and then discarding 1 card from the hand. The discarded card is going to be Steven's Advice. And there's the Electron Crush, hitting for 50 damage into Medicham. Medicham is down to just 60 HP remaining. Wobbuffet gets a second Fighting type energy, so it's fully powered up. There's the attack, Flip Over, hitting for 50 damage, but it also hits itself for just 10 damage. In recoil, back over to the Zapdos side. Magmar's going to be getting the third Fire energy to fully power it up. There's the Electron Crush, discarding a Lightning energy to boost the attack power to 70 to take the KO. That is another 2 prizes taken. The Zapdos side has taken the lead. 3 prizes to 2. Oh, here we go. POW Hand Extension is played, moving a Lightning energy off of Zapdos onto Magmar. This card can only be used if the player's behind in prizes. A Jirachi comes into the active spot now. And there's Swoop Teleporter to replace one of these basic Pokemon. Yeah, the Jirachi is immediately replaced with the Meditite from the deck. So it should be safe, as Zapdos cannot attack for another 2 turns. Oh, and here we go. Rocket's Adamant is played, forcing both players to shuffle away their hands and draw 1 card for each of the remaining prizes. The Medicham player draws 3, and the Zapdos player only draws 2. Huge disruption. There's the next attack. Flip over once again. Zapdos is done to just 10 HP remaining. One more attack will knock it out. Let's see what the Zapdos player can do. Okay, they managed to draw into another TV reporter, drawing 3 cards. They're going to be discarding a lightning energy from their hand. Okay, they use another lightning energy to attach onto Zapdos and then use it to pay the retreat cost to promote Magmar. Magmar is not an EX Pokemon, so it can hit into this Wobbuffet. There's the attack. Flame Tail hitting for 40 damage. One more attack will knock out this Wobbuffet. Let's see what the Medicham player can do now. Things are not looking good for them. A fighting energy comes down to the active Meditite, and then we see Steven's advice to draw 3 cards. Oh, Pokemon Reversal might end this game. Here's a coin flip. Oh, and it's Tails. It does nothing. Otherwise, it could have taken the KO against Zapdos for another 2 prizes. There's the attack. Flip over, hitting for 50 damage. And over to the other side once again. Magmar should be able to take the KO now. A lightning energy comes down to the Gold Star Rayquaza, just to get ready, just in case it needs to attack. There's the Flame Tail to take the KO against Wobbuffet, and the Zapdos player is down to just 1 more prize. As long as they can take the KO against this Meditite, they can win this game. Meditite gets another fighting energy, so it should be able to take the KO against Magmar, as it only has 10 HP left. There we see another Jirachi coming down. It's going to be a gamble, as Jirachi is weak to Fire-type Pokemon, so Magmar can knock it out in 1 hit. The player's going to be trying to dig for a Medicham. Let's see if they can do it. Here's 5 more cards through Wishing Star. Did they get the Medicham? Yes, they did. They got the Wally's Training to search their deck for any evolution card. Okay, yeah, there we see Medicham. It should be able to end this game with its Pure Power attack. Pure Power spreads 30 damage to Magmar and Zapdos to take the final 3 prizes. And there's the handshake. Medicham is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.